Welcome to Off the Top, presented by Wrestling Fan Discord. Here's your hosts, Skull, J-Train, and Shadow!
Hey guys, Scows here. We are with Shadow as well as J-Train, but before we do anything, yowie wowie, what a week it's been. We went through NXT, we went through Wrestlemania, and it just was unbelievable. What are your thoughts, guys?
I mean, it's definitely been a week. My eyes hurt, a lot of wrestling. My brain hurts from how things went. But yeah, I thought it was a decent week in wrestling.
My eyes hurt. My head hurts, both from watching a lot of wrestling and drinking a lot of alcohol. So,
I mean, that definitely is part of the experience. So that is pretty cool. No, Doug, we're not there yet. We didn't get to that part yet. We just started.
Jeez, we literally just went live. I mean, you want to do that off the hop, and so that way everybody gets it, or you wanted to wait till the end of the show to do it?
Well, no, I think.
I think we should make them wait.
I think we should do what WWE does, just make Doug wait.
I mean, I was planning on doing a quick rundown for the NXT and then doing that in between before we did the WrestleMania review.
All right, let's do the NXT then.
So, NXT, what did you guys think of the event overall? I thought it was such a great event. There were so many good matches. It was non-stop. Like, everything was going crazy. We had new champions. I was very excited with everything that happened.
Yeah, the NXT overall, it's new for them to do 2 nights as well. I think it was great, and lots of action, which is nice to see. A lot of guys on NXT and girls got time they don't typically get at takeovers. So I thought overall it was a really good show.
Having the 2 nights definitely allowed people that you wouldn't normally see get to showcase what they bring to the table much more. And if I wasn't mistaken, most of the matches, I think 9 out of the 10 matches went over 15 minutes.
Yeah, there was a nice pace to the event. Everybody got their time. It was not rush. So.
The only one that was under 10 minutes was the Toni Storm and the Toni Storm match.
I mean, that was
not the pre-show, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was pre-show, so
that doesn't fit the bill for the whole event as a whole, though. So
yeah, exactly.
But, it is the first match.
Let's start off with probably one of the more anticipated matches, the Gauntlet triple threat for the tag titles. I was very excited with who won it. I wanted to see them win it before, so I was very happy that MSK went home with this. My rating on this match, I probably would say, would be about a 3.75 out of 5.
I had no dog in the fight, but I enjoyed it, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
I enjoyed it immensely. I would give it a 4.25.
Okay.
Especially with all the spots that were given out in the match too, and with the way that MSK won, it didn't hurt GYV and it didn't hurt Legado del Fantasma, which is great. And Legado del Fantasma actually was probably stole the show that night too.
Shadow, can you check to see if they are on Twitch? Because I'm not getting a viewer count, so I don't know if people are actually on watching this.
It's showing me we're live.
It just updated. Okay. I wanted to make sure we were actually on and not just talking to ourselves.
Imagine.
I mean, even if we were, we could just upload it. It's fine.
No, I know. I have it recording. I just wanted to make sure because, I mean, we are talking
Yeah.
about WWE, so mistakes do happen.
I mean, we just call it a rain delay and be done with it, right?
Oh, that part was aggravating.
Yeah.
That was pretty. It was pretty good though. I was very happy. I mean, it shows. It's just like regular sports. Like it shows that things can happen. I mean, it probably will change how they do WrestleMania in the future. Probably not have an open air stadium. Maybe have one that has a retractable roof, just to be on the safe side. So I know next year has the retractable with Dallas. So I think we're
AT&T
safe over
Stadium.
there.
And it would be nice if we could have another 100,000 person crowd by the time.
Well, that is Texas. I mean, there is no limit. So.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, it would be nice if they did a 2-night again, because I did love the format of the 2 nights. I know a lot of people don't.
I'm hearing that that's what they're going to do going forward because it just makes the event overall better. But
It does.
what's the next match?
The next match we can go over would be the Pete Dunne versus Kushida match.
Ooh, I enjoyed that. I thought it was great physically. Excuse me. It was a great matchup. I'm going to give it a solid 4.
It was such a technical match between them two. They were just targeting specific areas, and it was so good. I'm going to give this one a 4 as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a given solid 4 for me as well. Super fun to watch.
Everybody agrees. There's 4s across the board. Look at that.
We'll follow up that match with the 6-man elimination gauntlet match. Thank you, Noah, for the follow.
That would be the North American title, right? Contendership?
Yeah,
That would be the one
North American
who
title
goes
for the next
into fight for the North American title on night 2, correct?
I'm giving that a 1 because I didn't like who won it.
I mean, once
I
he
think
won
it made no sense.
Once he won it, you knew he wasn't winning night 2. So that's the one thing I didn't like about the match. Overall, the match was pretty decent, but it seemed like it went so quick after like certain eliminations. It just
Right,
seemed like,
and
it
that's
seemed like
why-
it sped up and it didn't get the time that it deserved. So I'm going to give this one a 2.25.
Yeah, that's why I gave it a 1 because the finish is dumb because you knew as soon as he won it, there was nothing to contend for. And it just went way quicker than it should have.
I don't like the fact that what they're doing to LA Knight. Like, he comes in, he should have won. You want to push him, he should have won. But the storyline would have made sense that Loomis should have won. So I was torn on who I wanted to win that match.
That's initially what I thought was going to happen, was that Loomis was like, this set up Loomis perfectly, and I thought if anything that either Austin Theory or Johnny Gargano would have gotten into that match and caused Loomis to lose the very least.
Right. So then he
But
could have come back
Loomis
and
lost
caused
too.
him to lose the next night. Like, it would have made sense. And I think that's the first time they didn't capitalize on the storyline that's been built.
Yeah, it just seemed weird. I mean, Bronson's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong, but with the way that they've been building Loomis, it just seemed like it was his time to take over.
I completely agree. And I think the next match that we're going to discuss was the match of Takeover, Walter versus Ciampa.
Oh, that was so good.
This match.
I am giving that match was great.
This
I'm
match-
giving that match though, like it's the highlight. Other than the other match we're going to talk about, it's the highlight. I apologize for cutting you off. Go ahead.
It's okay. I think this was. I don't know if I could say the best match of the entire WrestleMania week, but it's right up there. I give this one a 4.75.
Oh, you just took the words right out of my mouth. The numbers, rather.
I am giving it, since you both went that number, I'm giving it a 4.9.
Ooh.
Because The only way that can be a 5 out of 5 for me is if Ciampa wins, because I like watching them both wrestle, but that would have given it the 5.5 or 5.0, excuse me. But I'm going to give it a 4.9 because of the finish. But it's still a good finish either way.
And the Pyram didn't get involved either, which was fantastic. It was just clean, straight up wrestling.
And then the main event that we had for night one was Raquel Gonzalez versus Io Shirai. What do you think of that?
That's 3.5 for me.
That I'm gonna give that one a 3.5. I mean, it could have been a lot better, I think, but having Raquel win and taking the belt off of Io makes sense as well. I mean, it was Raquel's time, and Io's. Honestly, I think Io might be moving up to the main roster.
There are rumors of that,
Friday.
but I'm not exactly sure if it's the right time for that to happen. But with the other women that are coming into the division, aka the person that's going to be showing up on Tuesday, it could be time to have some of them move out and go up to either Raw or SmackDown.
So do we have
give
any?
This one a 3.75.
Speaking of that vignette, do you have any clue about who that is? I didn't look into it at all.
You don't know who it is?
No, I've not dug deep into it.
Oh, I thought it was pretty obvious when they said she had signed with WWE. It's Taya Valkyrie.
Is it? I thought that was going to be it. I thought it was either Tessa or Taya.
No, Tessa's still in Mexico. There's been no rumors of her leaving and coming back to wrestling at this point. If she came to WWE, she wouldn't start in NXT.
No, her name's too big to go into.
She would go right to.
I shouldn't say her name. Her legacy is the reason we'd get her to the main roster debut.
I got you.
Night 2, I didn't watch the pre-show for Night 2, so I really can't comment on the tag match between Killian Dane, Maverick, and Breezango.
I didn't watch it either.
Neither did I.
From what I have read about it, it was a pretty good match. Killian Dane and Drake Maverick have earned the future NXT Tag Team Championship match. I don't know when that's going to take place, but they're now first in line for the titles off of MXT and MSK.
Okay, then.
And speaking of MSK too, I'm just going to throw this out there. When during their time in Impact, they had not won a tag team title. So with them coming into NXT, being on a 5 or 6 match win streak, and winning the titles as soon as they join in is huge for them.
Absolutely, I actually didn't know that they never won a tag titles over
Yeah,
there.
I was curious one night. I looked it up, and they never breathed on the titles.
So let's start off with the match that opened the night, the NXT Cruiserweight Championship ladder match. This match was so fun. I just didn't like the ending on how it was done, but you had to figure that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I missed that match because I was doing things family-wise, so...
I give this match a 3.5.
I'll go with the 3.75 solely based on the amount of spots that they had.
The next match that we have was the Women's Tag Team Championship for Ember Moon and Shotzi versus The Way. I was surprised that The Way did not win this match. I figured it was all building up to them winning it and helping to cement The Way's legacy. So I was very surprised that this didn't happen.
I'm actually okay with it, though. It makes sense because Ember and Shotzi didn't win it that long ago, right?
Yeah.
We've already had 2 different champions.
Right. So I don't think you want to make that a a Sasha Bailey thing all over again. So I think that it's fair, and it's going to set up a greater story down the road. Because they're not done. This will be a rivalry for a while.
No, I understand that. I just figured with the way that they have building up the way and everything that it would have been the time to do it. I mean, I'm not
Right.
upset that they have it because I love Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart as a team. I just thought it might have happened.
I'll give it a 3 points.
I give this one a 3.5.
I'll give that one a solid 3.
So then we'll go.
We're giving Meltzer rating.
We'll go right into the NXT North American Championship match with Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed.
That was a squash. I don't know any other way you can look at that. Like, it was a good match, but it was a squash.
It was a 16-minute squash, if you want to.
Yeah, it wasn't anything grab your attention. It's great, right? I'm gonna give it 3.
I'm right there with you on that one.
2.25 for me.
Johnny carried that whole match. Like, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
That was all Johnny.
Well, that's what Johnny does, though. Is that he can control matches.
He's capable of putting together 5-star matches, and he just can't. Like, it's all depend on who he's working with, and it's not capable.
That was not. No. That was just dumb.
It should have been LA Knight. It should have been Dexter Lumis. Hell, it could have even been Cameron Grimes, and that match would have been better.
Yeah,
honestly, 100%. even Isaiah, too. Isaiah showed out last that first night.
So then let's go into the NXT Championship match with Karrion Kross and Finn Balor. Now this match was amazing. The storytelling that they did, I enjoyed every single second of this match. This match for me was a 4-star match.
For me, it's a 4.7 because of the storytelling.
Mine's gonna be a 4 as well.
I'm not a huge Balor fan. Kross is great. He's just amazing overall. So
people are saying that Balor's going to be moving up. I don't think so.
I don't want him back on the main roster. He's going
to
somewhere else at some point.
He's going to NXT UK to take the belt from Walter.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean, he could just disappear out of WWE altogether right now. He just needs to walk away for a little while, redevelop again.
Finn Balor?
Come back. Yeah, come back. More of his he's great. I'm not saying he's not. That's not what I'm going at. What I'm saying is he needs to go away and refine Prince David again completely.
This is the best he's been in NXT. Why would he leave and reinvent himself now?
He failed on the main roster, right? And now he's down in NXT. He just needs a break. I'm not saying he needs to walk away and go to another company. I just said he needs to come back more Prince David-ish than, That's my opinion of Finn Balor. But like I said, I don't like Balor. So
you're getting shit on in the chat.
I see that. But I'm allowed to have my opinion on wrestlers. So
honestly, he didn't fail on the main roster. Vince failed him.
Listen,
because
I have my opinion.
He had a shoulder injury after
SummerSlam,
SummerSlam, and he was never able to build back up steam.
He got injured, and that really hurt him.
Yep.
Like, if that injury never happens, it's a completely different situation for Finn Balor, 100%.
Because he had so much momentum, he had so much heat going, with the crowd. I honestly think that if Finn Balor didn't get hurt that night, he might be a 2-time Universal Champion and 1-time WWE.
I mean, I don't think he would have lost that belt for at least 6 to 9 months. It changed a lot of the storylines. And now we're coming to the final match for NXT, the unsanctioned match between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole.
This is a 5.25 from me.
what can you say about this match, other than it was amazing?
It was so goddamn good.
And how they had no injuries coming out of this match is just unbelievable.
That we know of.
No, they came out and said that there was no injuries. The injury report came out and there was nothing. So I just don't now know how that's even possible.
Well, that's what happens when you get two high class performers like that. That they know how to take care of each other in the ring.
I'm giving that match 4-9 because it's great because it continues on from the indies and everything. So I'm just gonna keep my opinion myself. Apparently, I'm not allowed to have one because the guests are all
no
mullet.
one said you're not allowed to have it. Trust
No,
me.
I know.
You know how much? You know how much my opinions get shit on? It's all right. We all do it.
Oh, but someone's got to be the heel against Finn. Like you got two guys on him, I got to go the other way. Like it's just the way it's got to be.
I give this match a 4.75. So
I think it's great.
the reason that
So,
everybody is here, we're going to talk about our Vibez Memorial Championship that we do. It is something that we run each year for our Discord server, and every year we have one winner or multiple winners if there is a tie. We do it in honor for our friend and good colleague Vibez. He was lost 2 years ago due to some unfortunate circumstances, and we do this in honor of him. So last year our first winner was Relly. He was the first inaugural championship of it. As you can see in the top left corner of the image, we give out a ring to the winner of the yearly tournament. It is for the person who has the most correct prediction throughout the entire year between NXT, AEW, and WWE. You guys wanna say
We now
anything
have
before I announce?
concluded. We have now concluded season 2 of the Vibez Memorial.
It runs
The numbers are in.
It
It doesn't lie.
from the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania all the way through WrestleMania. So we had the addition of NXT Stand and Deliver this year. That was a surprise one. We weren't expecting that one. So without further ado, let me first announce the winners from last night at WrestleMania. We have Doug and Prodigy both going 10-4.
Congrats, guys. Good job.
The winner of the second annual.
Chelsea,
Yes.
would you like to go from the top 10 up, just to build a little bit of a suspense?
We can.
We've kind of made them already wait 23 minutes.
Keep it going.
So,
Yeah, you want a fine cooked steak? You listen to here. You want McDonald's? You go elsewhere. You can't get quick.
all right.
No.
So then so in 10th place we had a tie. Dougie Hazard and Thunder Lightning both went 106 and 64. In 9th place, in sole possession of 9th place, we had Giroux going 108 and 62. Tied for 7th, we had myself and Shadow both going 110 and 60.
Go.
Tied for 5th, we have our good buddy J Train and MJF going 111 and 59. In sole possession of 4th place, we have Prodigy with 113 and 57. And tied for 2nd, we have a two-way tie for 2nd place. We have Doug and our resident fan from across the pond, Ian, both going 115 and 55. That gets us to our winner this year, Pestilence, going 116 and 54. Squeezing out the victory. Squeezing it out on the last day. So, I am very proud of everybody of what they've done this year. It has been such a great tournament, and I look forward to having it for next year as well. So, Pest, if you want to send me a DM with your information, I will get the ring out to you as soon as possible.
Well, since we're touching on now going into season 3, we should maybe discuss some changes that are coming up to it. Since we're here,
Well,
now that we wrapped up season 2,
we really haven't fully developed everything.
that's the ideas, then, if you will, that we have.
But we have an idea of continuing to do the individual one, and we're looking to introduce a faction championship as well. So
Which will be fun.
It is something that we are actually actively discussing, and we will be announcing probably roughly in the next 1 to 2 weeks of how the faction is going to work. So
yeah, there's still lots of stuff to go into it. We got 5 weeks till the beginning of the season, anyways. So I'm sure we'll all be discussing things that are going in.
ain't that the truth, Drew? AEW has enough factions for everybody.
Hey, that's a bad opinion.
No, it's not. Tell me they're single wrestlers.
AEW is great, right?
Do they have single wrestlers, or is everybody in a faction?
I mean, I wish Britt Baker was. I mean, oh, you mean wrestlers?
Yeah, I don't think Laura's gonna appreciate that.
Anyways,
so so I just wanted to, like I said, thank everybody for everything that's been going on with the Vibez Memorial Championship. It is something that we personally enjoy doing. It is something that we hope to continue to do and hopefully build the server more because of it. Last year we had, throughout the entire year, 46 people participate in it, with a regular amount of people roughly around 22 to 24. So it is something that it is all about consistency. It's not about who wins the most events. It's about being the person that is consistent with their guesses throughout the entire season.
Unless you're Pest, and you can still miss one pay-per-view and still win the game. The thing.
He missed one of the AEW pay-per-views, went 0 for 9 at that event, and still won. So, I guess if he was in here, I would say that he wanted to make it interesting.
How many events was in total?
How many events did we have in total? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23 different events this year.
So you think about that. That man participated in 22 out of 23 and still won, guys. That's all you have to do is just have somewhat of a consistent basis with us.
Doug, you actually only won. Well, I have you down for 3 events, but I also have to look at the full list of Fastlane, because Fastlane had 14 people winning it.
Yeah, but Doug has been in the top 3 consistently all season.
Doug had won 3 events. He won Extreme Rules, Fastlane, and Wrestlemania. So,
yeah, but Dougie's been top 3 all season. So,
like I said, it is about the importance of participating and not just coming in and winning one event and thinking that you can win everything. So, it's something we do for the community. It's something that is fun, and we definitely enjoy it.
And you guys make this server again. If we did not have you guys, we would not be having these opportunities and the amount of discussions that we have in Discord, and it would just essentially be a nice little group of 10 guys that like to talk about wrestling. Like, you guys have made this into,
I think it's fun. It's great. You know,
me and Vibez started this server, and we've just built it from there. The server has been around for
3 years,
over 3 years now, and we just want to keep it growing. It started out with 10 to 15 people from our VG League, and then we've built it and expanded it from there. So if anybody that's listening knows people that are not already in the server, get them in there. It's a good time. We have fun. everybody has different opinions, but we value everybody's opinion. We're not like the internet trolls out there who just like
Well-
shit on different people. We listen to people, we respect their opinions. I mean, we'll give it to you, but it's not like that's all we do. Like, it's just a good time. We all have fun.
Apparently, we don't value Shadow's opinion. Just from what I'm seeing in the chat.
I mean,
Great.
we
This is a great night. I mean,
we
it
definitely-
must be the Monday. Listen, it must be the Monday after Mania, all right? Because even, the clowns are out chirping. So it's Monday after Mania. Love you too, Drew.
So just let's see where to go. Just a sneak peek on the sheet that I use for all the finals. It gives me a breakdown of who won each event. So if you are interested in who won each event, I will be putting it out on the server so everybody can see it.
Wonderful.
I don't even know who Giroux's agreeing with, but I'm going to assume it's Doug. So it's fine.
Alright. So we want to move over to WWE now.
Yeah, let's move into...
Let's start with WrestleMania Night 1. And we'll start off with the first match.
hold on. No. Before we get right into the details of these matches. Is anybody else disappointed that the 24/7 championship wasn't defended at Mania at all?
Oh.
Wasn't it defended on one of the Old Spice vignettes?
I mean, does that really count as a commercial?
Yes, but it was part of the show.
No, man.
I wanted our truth to run in during the tag.
I wanted something live in front of the crowd. That would have been great.
Nice little vignette when Titus and Hulk are out introducing the crowd. It would have been great.
And look who just shows up.
I wanted to see the entire Hall of Fame class of 2021 win it, okay? That was what I wanted to see, because that should have happened.
Pestilence wasn't even here for the entire speech.
Wow. He's just like, this Pest, though. He shows
Right,
up.
we're
Like,
we're stripping him of his title now. It's going to Doug, just because he wasn't here.
Oh, man.
He has to forfeit his title.
I mean,
Oh, there's no doubt RVD was high, but could you imagine him 24/7?
Yeah.
so was Riddle.
The fact that did anybody else notice that he was giving out rolling papers?
Yes.
To the Great Khali.
And they gave it to Riddle.
Oh
was
my
hilarious.
gosh.
Doug's giving me shit when I was just joking.
Everyone does.
So
We got to get some RVD rolling papers on the show, though, boys. We really do.
Get a little sponsorship from them.
Yeah, I'll put out some feelers.
But all right, night one.
what's your thoughts on the first match that opened the night?
That was Drew and Bobby Lashley, correct?
That was.
Oh, that honestly, I love the way that they opened the show with those two. It honestly, with how much people love Drew, that's the way it had to be. Him entering the whole crowd first.
That's what he's wanted from the time frame. He wanted it back. He wanted it. He wanted to be the first person to walk out in front of the crowd. So I was very pleased that they opened the show. I believe it was the right decision because it got the night started off right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
such a well put together match too.
Lashley winning, he deserved it, and he deserved not to be a transitional champion because he has done extremely well since dropping the Lana storyline. And he's definitely earned it. The Lana. You know, that whole... Yeah.
I know.
I mean, to be fair, she's done pretty well after that too.
Other than going through a table for like 50 for straight weeks, but yeah.
I mean, She went through 8 tables, and she's been fighting for the tag title since.
Yeah, she went from a laughing stock to an actual like legitimate wrestler.
Right, and she's gotten a lot better in the ring. I know Doug doesn't like certain women's wrestlers. He thinks they're all shit, but she has improved immensely since then. But
It's not even my stream. I didn't change. This isn't my channel. I can't change nothing.
yeah, I think.
Oh, okay. Blame shot. All right. This is blame Canada all over again.
I give this match a 3.75.
Yeah, all right. I go with that. I'll go 3.6.
I'll go with 3.5.
We followed that match up with the tag team turmoil match for the women's titles, where the winner would get a shot on night 2.
I don't understand. That to me was a waste of time. That match went so fast. For what purpose?
I don't like the winner, but I understand what they were doing the last couple weeks.
That match could have been done on SmackDown.
I thought the Riot Squad should have won. I agree it could have been done on SmackDown, but they probably wanted them to have more women on the show. I think that the Riot Squad should have won and then taken the titles the next night. So
Since we're talking about
I'm going to give this match a 2.25.
Okay.
I'm gonna go give this match a 5.0.
5.0.
Yes.
Okay.
For Mandy Rose's gaffe at the front of the stage and for Dana Brooks' wardrobe malfunction.
I mean, you probably didn't even notice until I pointed that out last night.
Nope.
Back and watch that. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 3 because I felt like it was too time constrained. The winner was good in my opinion because it sets up something down the road for Tamina and Nia.
I definitely agree with that take, Drew. There was no point in either the Turmoil or the Gauntlet match for NXT because none of those titles changed hands.
Nope. It would have been nice if there was a title change, but there wasn't.
It would have made sense to break Shayna up from Nia because Shayna can go after Rhea, and that would have been a phenomenal feud. Like, that would have been great.
I mean,
Well, we're 20 minutes away from a Monday Night Raw, so let's see what happens.
So let's move to...
I mean, you're not wrong, Doug. You're not wrong.
Let's move on to the next match. We'll go with the Raw Tag Team Championship. New Day versus AJ and Omos. I was actually very excited about this match. I thought this was a good match.
This wasn't bad.
Great. It was a great match.
Almost wasn't bad in the ring.
I mean,
he didn't do a lot, but like
I was gonna say he didn't do much.
I feel like, but you know what? As a big guy, I think he exhibited what they're supposed to do: be tantalizing and huge, with very limited movesets. Right? Like that's the goal here.
Yep.
So Omos, to me, doing what he did was great.
I was happy with the results of the match. I did like that AJ won. It gave him a Grand Slam championship, so I was very happy with that. And
I'm tired of seeing the New Day as champions. So love the New Day, but I'm tired of seeing them as champions.
They've had enough titles. This time
did he actually break his foot, Doug? I didn't hear any of that.
I'll give that match 3.
I give that a 3.
I think it's right there.
I'll give that a 3 as well.
Let's move on to the next match. We'll go with Braun versus Shane in the steel cage match. This is only the second steel cage match in WrestleMania history.
The only cool spot, or two cool spots, if you will, is I don't think I've ever seen the cage rip open like that.
No,
that was cool.
pretty cool.
I don't see that either.
And Shane being thrown off. I love when he gets thrown off shit. So
What would
yeah,
what would have made that better for me was then if you saw Braun jump on top of him from the top of the rope.
that or Shane go completely through the ring.
Honestly, that's what me and my friend thought that night, was that Braun was going to jump off the top of the cage.
No, but you could tell Braun was scared shitless being up there. He's not. He's afraid of heights. Like, you could tell it. He wanted to get down.
What would have made... I'm giving this match a 1.5, and for just the match itself, creativity-wise, I'm giving it a 3, because I feel like they could have just sent Shane right through the ring. Would have been great.
Yeah, but
and then
they can't
Shane
do that.
match.
Like, they'd have to fix the ring and everything else. That's...
I mean, they have enough vignette videos to cover, the 20 minutes it would take to do it.
I give the match a 2.75.
I'll give it a solid 1.75.
I mean, we all knew the outcome because WWE is anti-bullying, so we knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Now we're
Too predictable in that sense.
Now we're gonna come to my favorite match of the night, of both nights. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. This match was amazing. It was probably the best match, in my opinion, on both cards. And it was right up there with Walter and Ciampa.
I said before when we did our WrestleMania predictions, when I was all laggy, that this show would steal the show, or steal the card. But it definitely did.
That match, even though the Messiah lost, gotta love the new music he's got, and I can't wait to actually hear it because it was hard to hear it at Mania, but there's a new theme. 2, Cesaro way deserved a chance to be a singles competitor at Mania, considering it was his first ever singles match. He deserved that win for his moment.
Cesaro is I feel he's gonna get such a push right now.
I hope so. I truly do.
Did you give your rating, Shadow?
I'm gonna give it a 4.7.
Yeah, I'm giving this a 4.75, right up there with Walter and Ciampa.
I'm giving that
Cesaro.
a 4.8.
It could have been a little bit better by just going a little bit longer. I think that would have sent it to the 5.
You mean
the match itself
was 40
class
swings instead of 23?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with more swings. Just a little bit longer, and it would have sent it to 5. But it's still up there. You know what I mean? It's one of the best match. It easily could be the match of Mania.
That UFO swing was amazing too. It just was so good, innovative. He just keeps getting better and better as time goes on.
And that UFO was sick, Doug.
And Drew made a fantastic point. Seth definitely called Cesaro Zazaro.
That's how he pronounces it. That's how he says it.
I'm thinking that what Vince is gonna do, just like
please no, don't put that out there.
With Chad Gable and Shorty G, he's gonna change his name to Cesaro.
No, he won't do that.
I hope not, but I wouldn't hold it past Vinny Mac.
Now let's go to the surprise of WrestleMania weekend. Bad Bunny and Priest versus Miz and Morrison. First, let me just say how stupid Miz and Morrison's entrance was. It was ridiculous. It wasn't needed.
I loved it.
It was rabbit season, and I was rabbit season, and I needed a gun.
there's a bunch of bunnies with one ear too, which is hilarious. They kept falling off in the ring. But that match was actually surprisingly good.
It was very good. Yeah, I didn't say Miz and Morrison weren't awesome. I just said their entrance was stupid. And Miz's reaction to what Bad Bunny was doing was hilarious, because he was like in shock. So I honestly don't know if he knew what Bad Bunny was gonna do. Like, I think Bad Bunny worked with Morrison, but I don't know if Miz knew that Bad Bunny was gonna do the
Canadian
Destroyer. I really don't. With his reaction, I think it was just so genuine.
Like that was like, I mean, that itself is like a pretty like holy crap like sort of move, but the fact that Bad Bunny did it too was just made it be like, really?
It just shows
Like,
how much he respected the business. It shows how much he respected the business. That's
Yeah. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
he busted, like, it's not like some stupid K-Fed or
No.
the
Bad Bunny is going to be.
no.
No.
He actually
Stephen Amell did well too.
He did do well, but I think that Bad Bunny would have outperformed him.
I think it's up there. Those two.
He did. He outperformed them. Like the last 2 months, he's been at the Performance Center, just practicing and learning and taking in the business. Like he actually gave time to do it. He didn't just come in there thinking he knew everything. He learned how to do things, and he made the most of it. Like, he was in that match for a good 10 to 12 minutes before he tagged in Priest.
Yeah, which was great for him, and I don't think Priest minded at all either.
No, he didn't.
I'm giving
that match a 3.75.
Yeah, I'll give that one a 3.5. I was initially ready to give it a 1.75 and thinking it was a throwaway until Bad Bunny actually looked like what he was doing. Yeah.
Just based on the Canadian Destroyer itself, I'm giving it a 3.9.
It was
Yeah,
I just have to clap for him, man. I'm glad that we had someone in here take their WrestleMania appearance seriously.
Definitely was nice.
And then we come to the last match of night one. We have Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks.
This one tore the house down.
I don't care what people say. They deserve to main event. No doubt.
Yep.
I don't care how shitty the build was. I don't care how ridiculous they did things between the tag division and everything else. This match deserved it. Just like Drew deserved to open the show for everything he's done throughout the entire pandemic. Sasha's been there the entire time as well. Between her and Bayley. And I know people are saying Bayley didn't have a match. Bayley was on both nights with everything. So she had a big part on the show as well. So she had more screen time than even people inside a match.
Yeah.
I have two issues with this match, and none of them are even to do with the wrestlers themselves.
Okay.
The first one is Michael Cole saying the first two black women. Why does he have to specify that?
Because that's what's been said for the
I understand that, but let's not go in that direction. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. The match itself didn't need that. And two, Cole botching the ending there. I understand that it was a mistake. It happened fast, but it just sounds dumb, and he got roasted for it all night. I'm confused
on that one.
She kicked out when she didn't. Because Bianca got excited. Okay. Right? Bianca got excited and threw the legs too fast.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's just the two things that annoy me at that match. That has nothing to do with the match itself. The match itself, I'm giving it a 5. I don't care. The storytelling in the match was great. The build up, not so great, but the match itself, great. The fact that we've seen Bianca use her hair and leave a welt across the side of Sasha,
That
it was
sounded
great.
like a crack.
Like that sounded like my buddy thought it was a kendo stick. Like that's how hard that cracked.
It sounded like it. And
But I'm giving it a 5.
that was the first time she used her hair on the main roster. It used to be something she used to use a lot in NXT, but this was the first time she did it up there.
God, she got a hold of a good one.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like she waited a year for that. I'm gonna give this match a 4.5.
I'll give it a 4.75. And a shout out to those two ladies for doing that match, because that earned me a whopping $5 on DraftKings.
Hey, $5 for free is not. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. I can get a Subway footlong.
And everybody that performed on night 1, kudos to dealing with the rain delay, the impromptu promos. It was great.
Oh, I love the impromptu promos. I think those were the best promos that we've heard in about 6 months.
Yeah, like it was great all around. Props to all of night 1. It was great.
And now we move.
So overall, hang on. Overall for night 1, what do you guys rate it out of 5? Night 1.
3.75.
I'll go with 3.5.
I'll give it a 3.6. So that's fair. Right across the board, we're all kind of even there. Going into night 2, though, I do not envy anybody that had to wrestle in that humidity after that rainfall all day.
Yeah, it's a completely different situation. It's the night before it was cool, like cooler weather. It had the rain starting, so it changed how things were set up. But night 2, I don't know. A lot of people are saying that night 2 wasn't as good as night 1, and it's probably because of the results, and that's why they're saying that. Overall, I thought the wrestling was good. I liked a lot of the results that happened, but obviously there were some that I didn't agree with. And I know Shadow didn't agree with one either.
Listen, before we even start this, I'm not even mad anymore. I've calmed down. I've actually put some more theory into it. But I'm going to let you two go off the first match, and then I'll close out that first match.
So, we'll start with The Fiend versus Orton. Jared, you can start with this one.
I was legitimately surprised by those results. I was not expecting an Orton squash. Not squash, but like a quick 5-minute match from them. I honestly thought it was going to be a Fiend squash, Randy Orton with him coming back. But with the way Alexa Bliss came and looked like a Mentos, a Coca-Cola bottle with Mentos in it, that actually surprises me and adds another element to the storyline. So I'll give that a nice little 4.0.
I mean, first off, the entrance for The Fiend. I love the way that they showed him being regenerated back into his Fiend self. I do like the change in the mask. I like how it is a little bit more defined and has more extended the facial coloring with the black and the red. It does look more like a Joker vibe to it. I do like the fact that they kept the chest protector as opposed to what he was wearing beforehand. And I loved how they did it with the Jack in the Box. I thought that was amazing. It was such a cool way to do it. Keep the storyline going where Alexa brought him back with the Jack in the Box. I love the tribute he did for Brody Lee when he was on top of the box.
Yeah.
I thought he said yowie wowie at first when it was live, so I didn't realize he actually said yeah. But I saw what he did with his hands, and it moved a lot of people, and it was the first time he's wrestled since that happened.
And if you didn't notice, he also did the Luke Harper kiss and then pull back when he would do his before he do his discus clothesline.
Yeah, he did that. He did the discus clothesline later in the match. I don't like the result, but if they use it the correct way to build this storyline, I'm all for it. The last time them two fought, Randy Orton beat him at WrestleMania, and then they fought again at Payback. So, I could see that continuing here, but you never know with WWE. I'm going to give this match a 3.5.
Okay, so this is going to shock everybody. I'm happy Orton won. Because I'm pretty sure now this is going to sew up the storyline with Orton and The Fiend. Because everybody that has come into play with The Fiend has changed, right? Everybody.
Right?
Slightly, big difference, but everybody has changed. What is there to change at Orton? He came in a snake, he's leaving a snake. There's nothing to change about him. Shout out to those white trunks, though. That was an odd look, because I've never seen him wear white like that before. But then if you notice, later on in the night, Edge wore white. But we'll get to that when we get there.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
We will get to that when we get there, right? Am I still coming in clearly, or am I cutting out?
Nope, you're good. Keep going.
So I like the fact that Orton won. I'm not going to... Everybody that watches this knows I'm a huge Fiend fan. I'm a huge Fiend mark. Everybody knows this. But I am happy with the result. Now, we're going into some uncharted territory now with Alexa and Bray. We've seen the return of The Fiend, not the Burnt Demon. We've seen the return of The Fiend. Now my guess is the reason last night happened with Alexa is because we all know Alexa sacrificed herself to summon back something. I do not believe that was The Fiend. Like, the person in the costume last night was Bray. Like, there's no way around that. But I don't believe it was the proper Fiend.
No, it was Bo Dallas.
I believe it was The Fiend. And, the Fiend that's there is what Alexa summoned, which is another demon in itself. And then last night, those worlds collided, and we seen Sister Abigail come to life. That everybody's wanted for a long time. But now that it's happening, nobody wants it. Which is dumb.
Balor and Bray Wyatt when they did their program.
We've all wanted this. I believe, because we all know that Randy exposed The Fiend's weakness.
Which is Alexa.
Which is Alexa Bliss, because he cares for her. So going forward, if this storyline is done right, we're in for a hell of a treat. Because Bray's mind is incredible. He's a huge horror buff. I can't wait to see where this goes. I give the match a 3.9. But overall, I'm more excited for the bigger picture. But I'm happy Orton won.
I don't agree with that. But like we said, everybody has their own opinions. I think Bray
Exactly.
needed it more than Orton did. I think WWE is messed up in not giving him the victory at WrestleMania. Because I don't think he's ever had a singles victory at WrestleMania.
No, he did.
He won the Firefly, didn't he not?
Yeah, he won the Firefly Funhouse match.
That's a cinematic match. He's never won a regular match. He's lost to Orton. He lost to...
I'm fine with it, though. I am personally fine with it.
And I'm sure
Because it
I'm
builds
sure
his
Bray
character.
is fine with it because he knows it's going to be for the bigger picture. But
That, and Bray probably has more control over that outcome.
correct. But as a fan, it just gives me that feeling that people were saying last year when Goldberg beat him. It's like reliving that again after he just came back. Like, they built him up. He was tough in that. Like, he was unstoppable in the match versus Orton. And then all of a sudden,
Because
Alexa distracts him.
no, Alexa is his weakness. The person Alexa was reaching out for help, and that controlled the Fiend. That's why the one RKO took him out, because he was weak. He was at his weakest point because he was trying to protect Alexa.
Okay, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do tonight. I know Raw has started, so I will be watching that afterwards. But I'm curious to see how they go going forward. It could be great, which I hope it is. But I don't like how they did it last night.
I love it. Anyways, we'll go on to the next match so we can let people get through Monday Night Raw.
We'll do the women's wrestling, the women's tag team match right now. Next, I give this like a 2.25. It was not needed.
I gave it a 1. I gave it a 1.5. There's no need for it to carry on anymore.
We need new champs. That's all I'm gonna say. We just need new champs. I don't care who they are.
Yeah, I'm bored of Baszler.
I mean, do we think that with the way Tamina has been performing of late, that we're going to see Natty and Tamina split, and Tamina possibly go on her own?
No, absolutely not.
She seemed to be well received by the fans, though.
She can't even do a jump off the top rope. Her father is Superfly Snuka, and she can't even do it correctly.
But she's a big girl. She's not skinny.
I don't know. What do you give this one, Jared?
It's a 1.5 for me.
Which match you guys want to do next?
What do we got left here?
So we have the KO versus Sami Zayn match.
Okay, that one I was expecting a lot more out of. It was good, but I was expecting so much more. I'm just giving it a 2.
Yeah, I mean, the match itself was maybe a 3.5, but compared to a normal Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match, that's a 2. That's a 2 or 1.5.
Holy okay. Yeah, okay.
Oof. You guys are
Sorry.
brutal.
I just caught... What's that? Sorry, I just caught my finger in my chair. Ow.
You guys are brutal on this one. I was giving this one a 3.75. I thought the match was great. I liked how they did the storyline at the end with Logan Paul. How he came in and went after Sami and then pushed Sami away, and then Owen turned around and stunned him.
There was
that was too predictable.
Logan Paul.
The stunning of Paul was just too predictable, in my opinion.
I guess. I mean, I thought it was a good match. Let's go on next to the Nigerian drum match.
I have no opinion on this. I'm giving it a 1. What world does Vince think a gong? A gong is a Nigerian jump. Like, what world is this, Vince? Come on. Like,
they ran out of drums.
Oh my god, because they couldn't go to some store in Tampa. Okay. I just don't like it. To me, it looked... The fact that what's-his-face from Raw Underground came back and then they're pretending they don't know who he is just makes me mad.
Like, who is that?
But I mean, he's been off TV long enough that I guess people might have forgotten about his ass.
It's been,
What?
Almost 8 months since Raw Underground?
Has it been that long already?
Maybe 7? But that was like a
Wow.
September, October thing, Raw Underground.
Okay, so then I guess the whole "who is that guy" makes sense, but it's still dumb.
And he's gonna have. And he was never on SmackDown. He was always on Raw. So it is new for SmackDown, and he's gonna have a new name. Like it's not Dabba
It's a
Kato,
repackage.
It's not Baba
Yeah.
Tunde. It's gonna be, I forget what the name was. They just put in for the copyright.
Commander Aziz.
Commander Aziz. That's what it was. So it's gonna tie into the whole storyline with Apollo Crews, and I'm very excited that he won the title. He deserves it. This gives him now the IC belt as well when he had the US belt. I just think they're doing him right this time. Like he deserves it. He's such a great performer. So I'm very excited for him. I give this match a 3.75.
Right? I thought it was a 4. It was very well put together.
I thought so too.
I think with this loss at WrestleMania for Big E, it pushes him now into the main title picture.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I think we have 2 new challengers for the title on SmackDown. We have Cesaro and Big E going for that title soon. And then let's go to the other brand's mid-card belt, the United States Championship. Jared,
Oh, man.
Oh, Shadow wants to go.
No, I'm just saying, oh, man.
This the United States title fight actually pretty interesting. It's as a Sheamus. Sheamus always has been
We're on the...
putting on, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't talking to you. Sorry. Forgot to mute.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, I'm pretty sure on the United States title fight. But those two really gelled together in the ring pretty much. And the spinning suplex that Riddle did off the top rope was insane.
What was that? That was the was that the corkscrew one?
Yeah, that was the
No,
corkscrew one off that was off the top right of the top right turnbuckle.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this
took
match was
Sheamus with
great.
him.
I loved the results. I love Sheamus winning it. He deserves it. He's been probably one of the best wrestlers the last 3 months on Raw. All the matches they're
Absolutely.
putting out have been right up there with deserving everything. If he's not going to get the main title, he deserves to have this for quite some time. So I'm going to give this one
100%. I'm going to give it a 3.9.
And then
I respect Sheamus and what he's doing lately, so...
let's come down to our last 2 matches of the evening. We're going to go with the Raw Women's Championship. I'm very happy for Rhea Ripley. A lot of people don't think she deserves it because she just came up to the main roster, but all of her work that she did down at NXT is what got her up here, and that's why she does deserve this title.
Yep.
Asuka,
100% she deserves it.
Asuka, while she is a great wrestler, a great talent, she was a placeholder for this belt. Even though she had it for 10 months, it just
Almost a year.
It felt like it was never anything, not important. Like it just felt that
there was no one to really challenge her and make it worth changing belt hands.
I mean,
Like,
the only good feud that she had was with Sasha Banks when the belt was going back and forth with her.
No,
Yeah.
she hasn't really had a
And then-
stand-alone challenge since.
After that, it's really been more of the tag division for a while, and then they had the whole storyline with Lacey, and Lacey was supposed to win it last night, but Lacey got pregnant, and then Charlotte was taking
I don't
over,
think-
and then she got COVID,
Charlotte got COVID.
and then
Yeah.
it's like Rhea wasn't even supposed to come up until tonight. Like this was supposed to be her debut the night after WrestleMania, but they had to push it up 3 weeks, and I'm glad they did. She deserves it.
She deserves that, especially from last year, too, where that was supposed to be her WrestleMania moment. She got it last night.
Yeah,
You know.
they did have a botch in her match saying this was her first WrestleMania. whoever. I think it was that Michael Cole announcing that too?
Jesus, Cole is just all over the place.
Are we also talking about the little chain rippage on Rhea Ripley as well?
Did I miss something?
Yeah, I was gonna say I must have missed that. What happened?
And so, like, her chain that held her shirt together also busted open.
Huh.
So you got to get a little look inside. That's just me being old WWE Jared.
So we have Jerry the King Lawler in you over there, looking for the post.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit.
All right, so now it's time for everybody's favorite night, or match of the night.
The main events for the Universal Championship. Okay. So, everybody thought, myself included, that Bryan was being added to this match to take the pin for Edge. For Edge to walk out of WrestleMania as the champion. Because it was
10 years to the day.
It was 10 years to the day that he had to retire the belt. He had to surrender the belt because he had to retire.
Yep.
The match was great. It was a 4.5 for me. I loved the storytelling in it. I loved everything they did. I loved the double submission move. I love how they built everything. Except for the ending. I did not like the ending. I don't think Roman should have won.
I'll go with that.
I don't think he needs the belt at the moment. I think it would have been a better storyline for Edge to walk out, come back on Friday, and then build to Edge versus Roman at WrestleMania Payback, and he can get the belt back there. Edge just needed the belt one more time, needed to have it from last night till middle of May, and I think he would have been happy and walked off into the sunset when his contract is up.
Yep. But all that glitters is not gold.
I'll let Jared go here.
I thought the match was really well done. There's a bunch of great spots, and it's something that we don't normally see when we have outside interference. Is them coming into play like right off the bat. We right as soon as the match started, Jey Uso already played a role in the match by super kicking Daniel Bryan and then super kicking Edge, which I thought was pretty cool. But there's a bunch of spots that I absolutely love there. And I'd say it's like a 4.5, maybe a 4.65.
I'm going to give the match itself 4.7. Great wrestling, great storytelling. I just think you now make the Royal Rumble look so dumb. I don't like. It's not even just the fact that I wanted Edge to win because he deserved. Well, I wouldn't say deserves it because he's a legend now, etc. But you build up this rivalry, if you will, between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, between the winner of the Rumble and the champion. Adding Bryan, like you said, we thought he was going to eat a pin. Now, I think you just want to solidify Roman Reigns as the guy again in the post-Cena era. But I feel like you said, Scouts, that you could have had Edge win last night and then build a very strong story in the next 5 weeks between Roman and Edge and have Edge lose then. Let Edge just have one more reign, right? I mean, we don't know what's coming. There's lots to come still. It's WWE. New season begins tonight, as they say, right? Now, I just don't like the fact that you have Edge winning the Rumble, Could have been
Go
anybody,
1
like I
to-
said.
1 to 30. Go wire to
Yeah, but-
wire.
Right, you go bell to bell in the Royal Rumble and to lose in the main event of Mania like that,
Okay.
it's just dumb and it defeats the purpose.
Has everybody who's won the Rumble won the belt?
No, but
That's my only counter to what you're arguing.
fine, fair. But I just pissed with it, okay? But now I feel like
I agree with you. I'm just saying, just because they win the Rumble doesn't mean they're supposed to win the belt. That's all.
right, it's not the King of the Ring,
The
right?
storyline meant for this was that it was all about the redemption story, that it was meant for him to win it. Like, that was the whole thing behind it.
But why build up the feel-good moments with Edge for nothing?
Because it's Vince.
That's typical WWE.
Because it's Vince.
Bullshit.
And he wants people to hate Roman even more than they do.
Now, I still think there's something going to come out of the way Roman pinned them.
I mean, there's people on Twitter and everything saying that Edge pinned Bryan, so he should be the winner. And
so he would.
You have
Right.
Adam Pearce replying to it, so you never know. They could build a storyline out of it. It could be fun, but we just have to see. We have to wait and see.
All right. So, Jared, overall, WrestleMania, or night 2, sorry, because then we'll give it an overall after this. Night 2, what do you give it?
3.25.
3.25, Scals?
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
I'm going to give it a 3.7. Now, WrestleMania as a whole, what do you guys give it? Out of 10.
Out of
2
10,
nights.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.5.
I'm going to go with you, Scals, and say 7.
It would be higher, except I didn't like some of the results. But that's just really nitpicking it. The wrestling was great.
Right.
There were so many good matches. They did build a lot of stories in it. There's long-term story booking going on. So I'm very excited with the potential for things to come out of this.
But with Mania, usually that's the climax of stories, right? That's what we build up for year after year.
I know,
But
it's different.
It's a new era. It's a new era.
It's different this year. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, this is the first time they're back with fans in the stands.
Right, so maybe they
there
just
won't be fans
yeah, so
after
they're drawing
this,
fans in.
but
They want to draw people back in, right, with the storytelling.
correct.
Now that we're done the predictions, and I mentioned this earlier, and I said we get to it later. There has to be something up with the Edge and Orton wearing white trunks like that, right?
They matched.
There has to be something coming with
matched. Are we gonna see a reunion?
The return of Rated RKO.
Rated RKO.
Okay. Now
they
we're
teased
just
it.
trying to fish for something here.
They were matching
No,
outfits.
They were
both
literally
wearing white.
just-
Go back and look. It
There's
was
a
the
lot-
same
Yeah.
colorings on both. Yes, I understand.
And
That is the coloring of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So a lot of people did that to honor them because it is their stadium, and they allowed them to be there for They were supposed to be there last year, and they were there this year. That's what the New Day's ring attire was in reference to, with those colorings. But you don't ever see them matching unless they're working together. That's all.
I guess we wait and see.
well, it's also been solid year, 2 years since they've done a program together. Oh no, a year.
A year,
Yeah.
just under a year.
Well, it was supposed to culminate at WrestleMania last year.
It didn't work out as planned.
I mean,
I don't know. I guess we
it
just
was
watch and
supposed- it was
see,
supposed
right?
to culminate, I would say. No, I don't even remember how they had it set up because they fought at WrestleMania in that match, and then they fought after that. I think it was supposed to be one more match. It was supposed to fight. They were supposed to fight at SummerSlam, and Edge got hurt.
Yeah.
So things changed, but you never know. They could absolutely get back to being a tag team. But overall,
doubt it.
I'm excited for what tonight brings. I know we went a little bit over the time frame. We wanted to try and be done by 8 o'clock. So
I mean, I've been watching it in the background, so.
I have not put it on yet. I'm waiting because I like to be able to focus on it and not have to worry about doing multiple.
I've seen some.
Yeah, the
I've seen some things.
SmackDown watch along works so well.
Yeah, I mean, 2 or 3 of us showed
Well,
up. So
I mean, it was only 2 of us after a while, so.
Yeah, that's true.
It's okay. It's okay, Jared. You're just the Michael Cole of the team, watching things.
Yeah.
I once again want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I appreciate everybody that did come out. I want to congratulate Pest on being the 2nd annual Vibez Memorial Championship winner. And I look forward to the changes that we're making and introducing into the Faction Championship for next year. So just want to bid everybody farewell and hope everybody enjoys the night.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Enjoy Monday Night Raw.